Hey guys, welcome back to another great episode of Conversations That Lead to Greatness. Now today's topic, we're talking about the power of a good friend. Okay guys, so let's get into it. This is Conversations That Lead to Greatness. My name is Akeisha Smith, and today we have a special guest, none other than my sissy, my friend Nakia Mejia of 10 years. Okay, guys, so I'm so excited for this episode, and we're going to do our best to give you some value, okay? Because it's power in a good friend, okay? Listen, it's power, okay? So, as we talk about a friendship, the power of a good friend, and as women, a lot of times it's not easy. Well, I'm talking for me.
Yeah.
It's not easy to make female friends.
Right.
Because I grew up with all brothers and I connect well with guys. And when it comes to females or for, the same sex friends, I find it a struggle. And I think a lot of times, people, as women, we frown upon other females because we either judge, we compare, we turn our nose up, like we do so many things, but not understanding that there's power. When you find a good friend, that is power. Right. It can catapult you.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I'm a living witness.
Right, for sure. I get it. I totally understand. You said you grew up with brothers.
Right.
Well, I grew up as an only child, so I do understand how hard it is to find a friend, because when you're an only child, you're a weirdo to everybody, first of all, because you're used to being around a lot of adults. I didn't have anybody around me. I grew up with my great-grandparents. So when I was around other people my age, they were talking about playing Ring Around the Roses and playing all these little games. Well, I'm used to old people. So they ain't playing no games, right? So while they playing these games, I'm sitting back talking about the news, what George Bush did on TV, the president of the United States. So I'm talking about weird stuff to them. Plus, I grew up in the church, and a lot of the people, they didn't grow up that way. So I'm asking them what happened in Sunday school. I'm weird. I'm a weirdo, when I was a kid. So I didn't connect to people.
Right. And I think that's where we kind of like connected so much in, because it's like, okay, you feel my pain. Like, I'm not in this alone. I'm not by myself. Nothing is wrong with me.
Right.
But just the shift at to the point where how the friends you select and the circle you hang with, the people who have your ear the most, affect your life to a point where either you're going to build your life up or you're going to tear it down brick by brick.
Right.
And that's one thing I had to learn, that it is okay to break or let go of relationships or friendships that no longer serves where I'm at now and where I'm going.
Yeah.
And I think that's what a lot of people have a struggle with when it comes to their friendships, especially when you got 10, 15, 20 plus years of friendship.
Yeah.
Like, I feel that if you have the same friend for that long and neither one of y'all change.
Right, it's a problem.
It's a problem.
See? And a lot of times a friendship like that will break itself off on its own. Because, like, if you're with a friend, you have a friend, you're in this relationship, you're constantly evolving, you're changing. This person, you're going up. This person is still right here at this level. If you've grown so much, then you guys don't have anything in common anymore.
Right.
Like, friendship is pretty much over, so it'll break itself off sometimes. And then sometimes, that friend, when you surpass so much, that friend may become jealous. That friend may be feeling like they're left out of a situation or whatever it may be. But that's where maturity comes in. You got to know what kind of friends you have. If this friend is not going here, then you don't have to say anything. That friendship will just break itself off on its own.
And that's what I had to learn.
Yeah.
You ain't got us like... And I think it was the immature part of me because it was more hurt. It was more like, man, like, I want so much for you. I want you to go. I want you to grow. Like, I don't want to do this alone.
Yeah.
So it caused me to,
But God will bring you other friends. Think about that. Look at us, because we became friends in a weird way, but it was different. It was weird. Yeah. So the way we became friends, because I'm sure when we first met, definitely I know you didn't and I didn't, because I didn't know who you were.
Okay, wait. Quick story time, y'all. Story time. Listen.
Oh, goodness.
For how long and how many times, though? You thought I was somebody else.
I thought, okay, y'all, story time. Me and Keisha met at the gym.
Yes.
I used to walk up to Keisha talking to her, literally thinking she was another girl that I talked to before.
Yeah.
So it was a girl they looked alike. They reminded me of each other. They always had their hair done, working out with their hair just laid all the time. So I walked up to this girl and I was like, what about this class? It was a Zumba class. And she was like, oh, this is a real good class. You should come. And she's like, come on the front row with me. So I went on the front row, me and the girl just Zumba and just doing it, girl. So the next time, the next week, which was on a Monday, I go to the class. The girl that I met wasn't there, but Keisha was there in the girl's spot. I walk up to Keisha, hey girl, just talking, because this is my friend now. Me and this girl done we done did the dances and we done did everything. We real cool. She looking at me like I'm crazy. Like she ain't even trying to be bothered. She done picked up her phone and started texting. And I'm like, this girl is crazy. What is wrong with her? And I'm like, well, maybe she doesn't remember me. So I just kept on talking to her like, it wasn't nothing. Next week, the other girl came. I'm still not realizing these two different girls. And so me and the girl, she's like, hey, girl gave me a hug and everything. And I'm like, okay, she did. Because last week, she was acting like she didn't know me. This week, she, all huggy and stuff. Next week come. It's her. It ain't the other girl. It's her. She acting funny again. I'm like, listen, this girl is crazy. But then, after we start dancing, I look over. The girl that I know was on the other side of the room this time. But I was like, well, she seemed like, she has potential. So we just ended up talking from there. Yeah. We just kept up to this. The girl that I knew initially ended up going to a different gym. Mm-hmm. This was the one that was left over, so I ain't have no choice.
So it was perfect. I'm telling you, when God have your purpose friends, like when God have sent people in your life, you can't miss it. Right. Unless you just being, I don't want to say dumb, but you just being dumb. Yeah, dumb. Like just being out there, ignoring every sign. So yes, it is so powerful to know when to disconnect and when to connect. Right. And I think a lot of women are failing in that area when it comes to connecting in a relationship with other women, because then you feel like you gotta judge, you gotta compete, you gotta compare, and it's like no, everybody bring a certain quality to the friendship. Okay? Right. God know what you need. Right. He's going to bring what you need into that friendship and vice versa, right? Right. So even like with our friendship, it's like, I don't want to say, as God was moving me to another area in my life, he like brought us closer because he knew, okay, dang, she needs something different. Mm-hmm. Like what she have, it's nothing wrong. Mm-hmm. Again, if you watching this, I'm not bad talking to you. It's nothing wrong with our friendship what we had. I had fun. But when my husband started elevating, I got to get on there. I got to start elevating as well. Because at the end of the day, you risk getting left behind. Right. No matter if you married or not, friendship. People that elevate, you have to continue to elevate with them or you're not going to have anything in common. So I had to get on board. Right. I'm just saying. Right. One of the things I think that helps us in our friendships and why a lot of other friendships that I've had are a little, up and down or not lasting is I'm a truth teller, period. Yes. It's like, have y'all ever seen girls take pictures, the group pictures, and everybody dressed up, and then you got this one friend got on something she don't have no business wearing? You said. And I'm like, they're not your friends. Because why? You know what I'm saying? Why didn't they tell you you sitting out there? You the one all looking crazy on the camera. You the one with your stomach sticking. I mean, just looking crazy, ridiculous. So I'm like, those aren't good friends. Now me, I'll let my friends know the truth about whatever the situation is. Mm-hmm. And you got to have a friend who appreciates truth. And who really, when you're my friend at least. Yeah. I mean, because I'm not faking. But if you're my friend, you have to appreciate truth. Because that's all I can do is give you the truth. Mm-hmm. It may not come out right all the time. It may not be, I'm not going to honey bun patty cake you, on the truth. Because the truth is the truth. And I need you to hear what I'm saying. I can't play with the truth. Right. So and I appreciate truth back in return. I don't want somebody around me who let me act a fool and just be foolish.
I mean, what kind of friend is that? And I remember talking to somebody a long time ago because it had started getting to me because I looked around, child, I didn't have no friends. My circle was so small, I was the only one.
You was a dot.
Yeah, that was it. My little circle was so small. Yeah. So I talked to an older prophet one time, and I was like, I don't have no friends. You know, I noticed I didn't have any friends. And I was like, well, how do I have to tell people the truth every time? And he was like, well, you know what? It depends on how much you love them.
That part.
How much do you love them?
Yes.
And I'm like, well, I do love my friends. And at that point, I knew I was obligated to tell the truth.
That part. And this is the when you said that, it's crazy because a lot of times people can't take truth.
Exactly.
It's like you want friends that's gonna feed you what you want to be fed. Yeah, co-sign everything in your life, and you don't want to face the truth because you know the truth caused you to become aware of your decisions, your situation, everything about you, and either you're gonna change it or make an excuse. Right. Like that's what I realized. Like the truth, it's nothing wrong with the truth. You is wrong with the truth. Exactly. Like it ain't your friend. Yeah. And it is a blessing to have a friend that tells the truth. Yeah. Because I had to realize, like, I was that friend that. Well, I was telling on myself, y'all.
Right? Tell it on yourself.
I was that friend that will sugarcoat the truth, or kind of like sweeten it up. Right. Because I was always like that people pleaser. And I didn't want to, get you mad or you stop being friends. Like, it was all of that. Right. And I even realized to this day, even when I was that type of person, I still lost friends. Right. So it's like, right. You still lose friends. So I realized, like, it's value in truth. Like, if you know your friend loves you, your interests, might have your
best interest at heart.
Yeah. And they know, that they're not going to do something malicious or to hurt you. Then their truth comes with wisdom. Right. Like, that truth is, you don't know what God done told them that you can't see. Right. Like, I feel like in a friendship, you got my back. Like, you see what I can't see or what I'm too blind to see because I'm in the situation. Right. So, true friends, baby.
Yeah, truth is something. It's something else. Yeah. And one thing, too, that you think about when you're talking about truth, and this may be kind of going over into another subject or whatever, but one thing that we got to recognize that, because we try not to, like we say, we try to sugarcoat something when you're telling somebody something. But one thing we got to realize when it comes to friends or when it comes to anybody is, no matter how you say something, no matter how much you sugarcoat it, if the person is not ready to receive what you're saying, I don't care how you say it. I don't care how much you rub, oh, sweetie, this, that, and the other. I don't care how you say it. If they're not ready to receive it, it's not going to be taken well. That's not on you. That's on them. You still got to say what needs to be said. And then you're just planting that seed, because I guarantee it's going to keep coming up. That same issue is going to keep coming up. No matter what. You know what I'm saying? If you go to all these different people, have all these different friends, you can't never keep no friend. You the problem. And I know whatever's wrong with you, these people have said it to you several times. And they've said it in all kind of ways. You the problem if you can't keep a friend. Exactly. Everywhere you go, it's always an issue. Everywhere you go, it's always a problem. You the problem.
You the problem. Hey, if you wanted to know, you the problem.
You the problem.
Now, how do a person that was like me, a people pleaser, get to a point where it's like I'm no longer defending my friendship, my love, my heart, my honesty to you, because you don't see nothing but the opposite? So why am I still trying to defend myself if you know my heart? Like, at that point, like, I had to realize, like, ain't no more defending. Like, I didn't show my loyalty. I didn't show that I want the best for you. And I think that's when it becomes hard for a person like, that was like me, a people pleaser. It's because you want so much for them that they don't want for themselves.
Exactly.
And I had to realize I was being a bad friend. Yeah. Like, I can't make you want something that you don't want for yourself, or push you into something that you don't even see. Right. That you can't even fathom. Right. So I had to realize, like, okay, I always call myself a good friend, but I was not. Yeah. I was a selfish friend, to be honest.
How do you think you were a selfish friend, though? Because you wanted them to do what you wanted them to do? Yes. When you wanted them to do it because you knew it was the right thing?
That.
I get it.
Yeah, don't this sound selfish, though, because it's like,
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
It's crazy because it's like, on one, it's all about how you look at it, like your mind frame around truth or like genuine love and friendships. On one hand, you can be like, man, that's a good thing because you push me, you want me to grow, you want to see the me become my best. You want that. But then on the other hand, a person seeing that like you trying, you pushing me into something I'm not trying to be. Like, who says that? Like, how you trying to make me become? You don't love me for who I am.
Right.
That stuff.
Yeah.
So
but like, you know what? I feel like at some point, first of all, you can't push somebody into something that they're not ready for. Because if they wind up going for it or doing what it is that you want them to do, it's gonna fail anyway because they wasn't ready. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't ready. But you, at that point, that's why we got to learn what category to put friends in. Ooh. Now, if I want to go somewhere and just have fun and have a good time and that's it, then I know who to call.
Yes.
If I want to have a deep intellectual conversation, I have a friend for that.
Yes.
If somebody needs to go somewhere and fight, I got a friend for that. You know what I'm saying? I got two people I know that if something go wrong, either I can call them or not call them, but I know they'll be there.
Yeah.
So, you know, you got to know what category your friend is in. So if you might have that friend that you are, okay, sometimes you are friends to them, but they're not a friend to you. I've been in that situation before. Yeah. It was I don't want to say too much.
I know, right? Listen, okay,
just in case she watches.
Right.
One person in particular come to my mind. I was her friend, but she wasn't my friend, and God told me that because I was wondering why everything seemed like it was one-sided. Why she out? You know, I could never go to her if I needed something, if I needed some advice, or if I needed, you know, whatever. She ain't never got no money. She ain't never got no car. She ain't never got, you know, whatever it was just always me, give. And so God told me, he was like, you're her friend. She's not your friend. So with that, a person like that, you got to keep them in their place. You got to know that if I need some kind of advice or if I need some help in some kind of way, this is not the person that I go to. Now she can come to me and I'll continue to be there for her until God cut it off. But I'll continue to be there for her. But I know where she is in her life. I know what kind of person she is, and I accept her in that way for who she is. But I'm not going to try to pull her and make her
to become
something else. Although I know she has it in her, but until it clicks in her head and she's ready for it. But I still pray for her to this day.
So guys. So as we close, listen. It is power and value in finding the correct friends, okay? It can take you to your next level. Like, I think we don't understand that. Like, it ain't about competing. Like, as women, we are sisterhood.
Yes.
It's not about competing. It's not about looking better or looking, you know, more than what you are. It's about coming together as a sisterhood, helping one another. Because at the end of the day, who gonna help us?
Right, exactly.
Who we got? Because right now, in today's world, the men is... God is dealing with them on their own part.
Exactly.
So we got to stick together as sisters. So I want you guys to take away from this video, take away like inventory of your friendships. If God has been telling you it's time to let some friendships go, some relationships go, you know in your heart why. And if you don't know, ask God why. And do what you got to do. Right. Because if not, you're going to be stuck on your own level. And you can't blame nobody but yourself.
That's it.
So, any takeaway?
Well, I think you said it all. Like she said, you know, ask God and then conduct yourself accordingly.
That part. See, listen, y'all, this is why I love my sister. Because listen, she's straight to the point. Like, she reminds me of Lester. I don't know if y'all, that's why I have straight to the point. I don't know, okay? It's what I needed, okay? So, guys, if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and push that subscribe button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have over 200 episodes, like 250 episodes deals with marriage, finance, mindset, everything that hinders your ability to create the life you desire, okay? So we deal with everything mindset, all right, guys? So we're going to take us home. God is good. Life is good. When we look good, we feel good. We live in a life of abundance. Peace.